everyone, and welcome to part 4 of our Spring Boot application series. In the last video, we saw how we can create a get method to fetch the details of all the products. In this video, we will be creating a get method to get or to fetch a specific product with an ID. So here, instead of getting all the products back, we will be getting back only a specific product. So let's see with the demonstration how we can create and test that method. So let's get started. Now let's create another HTTP method request, that is getting a specific product. So in the previous video we have already seen that how we can get the details of all the products using this particular method, that is get mapping method. In today's video, we will be creating a method which will get us the details of a specific product. So for example, if I'm passing ID1, then it will give me only that product details, not the other ones. So let's begin and start creating that. To do so, it will be also a get mapping method. And what will be the difference in the main get mapping and here? Let's understand that. So it will be a method same as the above, and here the return type will be optional. So what is this optional? I'll go through it in a couple of minutes. Let me write it down. Get product by ID and this. So what is this optional? So this optional is a container object that may or may not contain a non-null value. So why we are using it? Actually, what happens is when you call the database with a particular ID, so it can be possible that it's not there, right? So instead of giving you the null pointer exception, what will happen here is the if an entity is not found, right, by this find by ID method of the repository that we will be using in service layer to get the product details. So it will return as optional empty instead of null. So it prevents unexpected errors when trying to access a null object. That is why we are using here the return type as optional, because the method we will be using in service layer of the repository interface, that is returning us the optional as a return type. That is why we are using here optional. So let's begin with that. Now, as I already told that it is also a get mapping. So what we will be doing here, so I will not be using the same endpoint details as above. Why? Because what will be the difference then, right? So what we have to do is we have to give some ID path variable here. So what will happen? So when I go to postman and give a call to it, what I'll be doing is I'll pass my detail as product slash the ID of the product. So that way my application will understand it has to go to this particular method. And to handle that particular ID, what I have to use is I have to use a path variable. So what this annotation will do, it will map your variable to an variable here. So it will handles your path variables, whatever the variables are coming in the URI, it will handle that. So it will this method will have this particular parameter as a path variable. Now what I have to do is I have to write some functional logic in my service layer to get that product ID, right? So what I have to do, I have to go to this service layer and I'll write one method, so that will also return the optional and products entity. I'll name it as get product by ID and it will accept a parameter ID. Okay, now what I have to return is from the repository interface there is a method, inbuilt method, that is called find by ID, and what it will do, it will accept the ID and it will give me back the optional as a object to see that what are the details of the id I'm getting back. So this is the method, which is inbuilt method again, and I'm just calling it to get back my details of particular product. Now what I have to do is I just need to go back to my controller and I have to call this particular method from my service layer. So what I have to do is I have to call that particular method, and what it was accepting was ID. So here the ID I'm getting from the path parameter, and then I'm sending that ID to my particular this method, and that method will get it from the repository. So now let's run this and let's see how it's behaving. So what you have to do is just run the application from here. So you can see below that it will be starting in few minutes. Yeah, so my Tomcat started at port 8080. So let's go to Postman now. So we have already created our collection as products collection. Now let me create few of the products. So okay, first product is water bottle. Let's maybe the laptop again and make it as 1200. Okay, same color I'm using. Let's add that. So we have added two products. We can add more as well, but as of now I'm adding two products. Now the next thing is we have to create a new request. So add request, you can do it here. So what is my name is get product by ID. So I will be passing some ID. So what is the endpoint I am using here is, so here in the product I have to pass some ID. So as I already saw, what we can do is we can see that how many products we have from this products, right? So this products will give me the details of all the products. So say I just want to see the details of my product which has ID 2. So let's go back here in the new endpoint and provide the path variable as 2. So what it will do, it will provide me the details of my second product only. So you can see here I'm getting back the details of my second product only, that is laptop. So this is how the product get product by ID is working. So we will see how these we can pass through query params as well, these parameters in the later videos, but as of now we are just using it as a path variable. So path variable is the one which is given in as a part of URI, and query params are the additional ones. For example, if here I am passing something, we will understand it in the later parts. So as of now, just understand that this is the logic you have to do. So that is all about this particular method. Hope it's clear to you. In the next video we will be doing the update call, and in the upcoming one we will be doing the delete videos. So stay tuned and keep learning. Thank you.